Have your legs been feeling different lately? Heavier than usual? More stiff? More swollen? Or maybe even harder to move, especially in the morning? You stretch. You walk around the house. You drink water. You try to stay active. But still, something isn't right. The doctors blame age. Friends say it's just arthritis. And deep down, maybe you've accepted it too. But what if I told you that the real culprit might be sitting in your own kitchen, looking fresh, juicy, and dangerously innocent? Yes, I'm talking about fruit. The very thing we've all been told is healthy, natural, even healing. But here's the truth no one wants to say out loud. Not all fruits are safe for seniors. In fact, some of them are silently damaging your legs from the inside out. They cause inflammation. They mess with your blood circulation. They trigger hidden joint flare-ups, water retention, and unbearable leg pain. And the worst part, these fruits don't show their damage right away. They work slowly, silently, until one day, your legs just can't carry you like they used to. Today, we're exposing the 7 worst fruits for seniors. Backed by science and endorsed by Barbara O'Neill herself. That could be silently killing your mobility and weakening your legs every single day. But wait, this isn't a war against fruit. This is about making smarter choices, so your legs stay strong, flexible, and pain-free for years to come. So before you take another bite, stick with me to the end of this video. Because knowing which fruits to avoid might just save your knees, your ankles, and your independence. And I want to hear from you. Comment below with your country and the biggest health issue you want us to cover next. Your voice shapes this channel. Oh, and one more thing. We're giving away 100 free copies of Barbara O'Neill's book this week. Just tell us in the comments why you want to win. Winners will be selected from our subscribers. And if you missed our last video on fruit, cancer, and fungal infections, Barbara explained why removing fruit for just 6 weeks can help starve dangerous fungi in the body. That video changed lives. This one might change your legs. How aging changes how we process fruit. As we grow older, our bodies don't work the way they used to. What once gave us energy now leaves us feeling tired. What once helped digestion now causes bloating or pain. And fruit? Even that isn't processed the same way anymore. You see, aging changes everything. First, your metabolism slows down. That means the natural sugar in fruit, especially fructose, doesn't get burned off quickly. Instead, it lingers, spikes your blood sugar, and fuels inflammation deep inside your joints. Second, your blood circulation weakens. The vessels that once pumped nutrients to your legs now move slower, stiffer. And certain fruits, yes, even the juicy ones, can thicken your blood or hold excess fluid, making your legs feel heavy, swollen, and tired. Third, your body becomes more sensitive. The same fruit that caused no harm at 30 can now trigger joint pain, stiffness, or even cramping at 70. It's not about fear. It's about understanding. Because once you know how aging changes your response to certain fruits, you can finally take back control and protect your legs from silent damage. The hidden risks in fruits. Most people don't see it coming. Because how could something as sweet, juicy, and natural as fruit be quietly harming your body? But here's what most doctors won't tell you. Some fruits act like silent saboteurs in seniors. They don't cause instant pain. They cause slow, invisible damage. The first risk is sugar overload. Fruits like watermelon and mango are packed with fast-digesting sugars. They flood your bloodstream, releasing inflammatory chemicals that eat away at joint cartilage. The result: stiff knees, sore hips, and aching ankles. Second is uric acid buildup. Fruits high in fructose, like grapes and bananas, can break down into uric acid. Those tiny crystals lodge in your joints. What do you feel? Hot, swollen toes. Sudden sharp pain in your fingers. Gout. And third, blood vessel stress. Acidic and sugary fruits irritate the walls of your arteries. They make your blood sticky, slow, sluggish. And where does that show up? Cold feet, night cramps, leg fatigue. They don't taste dangerous. But these fruits are quietly working against you. And now, you'll know exactly which ones to watch out for. Knowledge is your best defense. Here's the truth. You can't stop aging. But you can stop feeding the pain. Because what you eat, what you put into your body every single day, is one of the few things you still control. That's the power of knowledge. You don't have to accept swollen knees, burning joints, heavy legs as your new normal. Barbara O'Neill has said it countless times. Food can either be your medicine or your poison. And once you learn which fruits are quietly harming your body, you can make better choices. This isn't about living in fear. It's about finally understanding why your legs aren't getting better, even when you're doing everything right. Because here's the beautiful part. With just a few smart changes, your inflammation can shrink. Your blood can flow freely. Your steps can become lighter, easier, pain-free. Barbara watched her own mother suffer from rheumatoid arthritis for years, until she learned how acidic foods, especially fruit, were silently fueling the pain. And if your knees feel like they're knocking, if your ankles ache without warning, that might be your body's quiet cry for change. Get ready. Because now, we reveal the 7 worst offenders. Let's be clear. This isn't fear-mongering. This is about awareness. Because for seniors, certain fruits can become silent triggers. And unless you know what to look for, you may never connect the dots between that healthy snack and the swelling in your feet, the tightness in your knees, or the pain in your steps. So let's dive into the 7 worst offenders. Fruit number 1. Pineapple, the joint irritator. Pineapple might taste like sunshine, but for your joints, it can feel like sandpaper. Why? Because pineapple is extremely acidic, and it contains an enzyme called bromelain, known for breaking down protein. Sounds good in theory, but in reality, it can irritate the lining of your stomach, mess with your nutrient absorption, and worst of all, trigger inflammation in already sensitive joints. What you might notice: stiffness in your fingers or knees, a burning sensation after eating, worsening heartburn, more frequent trips to the bathroom, and even tingly lips or tongue, a sign of enzyme overload. And here's the shocker. Canned pineapple is even worse. It's loaded with syrupy sugar that floods your bloodstream and fuels inflammation. Barbara O'Neill warns, bromelain also interacts with blood pressure medication, which many seniors rely on. So instead of healing your body, pineapple could be weakening your joints while making your meds less effective. And if you're struggling with high blood sugar, pineapple contains amylopectin a sugar compound that spikes insulin harder than white rice. So next time you reach for that tropical slice, ask yourself, is the taste worth the pain? We're just getting started. Let's move to the next dangerous offender, bananas, and what they could be doing to your legs without you even knowing. Fruit number 2, bananas, the swelling trigger. Bananas are often seen as the perfect fruit. Easy to eat, full of potassium, and doctor-approved, right? But here's what they don't tell you. For many seniors, bananas are a hidden cause of leg swelling, bloating, and water retention. Let's break it down. Bananas have a high glycemic index, especially when overripe. This means they spike your blood sugar fast. And when sugar floods your system too quickly, your body responds with inflammation. Now here's the twist. Bananas also contain tyramine, a compound linked to fluid retention in the body. It makes your tissues hold on to water, especially in the lower body. Your ankles puff up. Your shoes feel tighter. Your legs get heavier, slower. One senior, Frank, shared how his morning banana routine was secretly causing his feet to swell every afternoon. When he swapped it with a pear, the puffiness disappeared within days. And that's not all. Bananas, when too ripe, can actually have 30% more sugar than their firmer, greener versions. That means if you're grabbing soft, spotty bananas, you're not just eating a fruit. You're eating a sugar bomb. And what happens next? Your legs feel bloated. Your belly swells. Your circulation slows. And you feel off. On a deeper level, bananas may also contribute to insulin resistance, especially when combined with other sugary foods. Barbara O'Neill points out that amylopectin B, found in ripe bananas, is another sugar compound linked to rapid spikes and long crashes. So yes, even something as safe as a banana can make your legs feel like they're walking through mud. Next up, the small, sweet fruit that's packing a much bigger sugar punch than most seniors realize. Fruit number 3, grapes, the hidden sugar bombs. They're small, sweet, and easy to snack on. But grapes might be the most deceptive fruit in your entire kitchen. Why? Because behind their juicy bite is a dangerously high sugar load, especially for seniors. Most people don't realize this. Grapes are packed with fructose, a type of fruit sugar that doesn't just raise your blood sugar. It converts directly into uric acid inside your body. And when uric acid builds up, it forms sharp, crystal-like structures in your joints. That's not just science. That's gout. If you've ever felt a sudden, stabbing pain in your big toe, if your fingers swell up for no reason, if your knees ache after a fruit bowl, grapes might be the quiet culprit. Barbara O'Neill warns that seedless grapes, especially the tiny ones, are even worse. Why? Because removing the seed concentrates the sugar and takes away the natural compounds that help your body break it down. And dried grapes, we call them raisins. But in reality, they're condensed sugar bullets. Here's the shocker. Just 2 pounds of grapes equals nearly 1 to 2 full cups of pure sugar. No fiber, no slowdown, just a fast flood of sugar, and a painful aftermath. Linda, a 68-year-old viewer, shared her experience. I thought grapes were helping me lose weight, but all they gave me was toe pain and puffy fingers. After switching to tart cherries, her gout flare-ups disappeared. So if your joints feel tight, your legs ache, and you're reaching for grapes as a healthy snack, think again. Next, we're tackling a fruit that's 92% water, yet might be drying out your body from the inside. Let's talk about watermelon, the dehydration deceiver. Fruit number 4, watermelon, the dehydration deceiver. It's refreshing, hydrating, and feels like the perfect snack on a warm day. But for seniors, watermelon might be tricking your body while slowly draining your strength. Here's the problem. Watermelon is over 90% water, yes. But it also has extremely fast-acting sugars, the kind that hit your bloodstream in seconds. What happens next? Your blood sugar spikes, your insulin jumps, and your body scrambles to flush out the excess, losing vital electrolytes in the process. This creates a dangerous cycle. You think you're hydrating, but you're actually depleting potassium and magnesium, 2 minerals your legs desperately need for proper muscle function. And when those levels drop, your legs cramp, your feet twitch, your steps feel weak and shaky. Now add this. Watermelon is high in lycopene, a powerful antioxidant. But too much lycopene in sensitive seniors can cause nausea, bloating, and diarrhea. And it gets worse if you eat it on an empty stomach, in large portions. Or the seedless variety, which has less fiber and spikes sugar even faster. Carlos, a retired mechanic, shared how his summer watermelon habit was giving him terrible leg cramps at night. After removing it and adding more magnesium-rich foods, the cramps disappeared. Here's the twist you never expected. A 10-pound watermelon has the sugar equivalent of nearly 1 pound of white sugar. That's more than some sodas or candy bars. Barbara O'Neill even compares watermelon's glycemic spike to that of white bread and donuts. So if you're waking up with Charlie horses, if your legs are throbbing after a healthy fruit bowl, watermelon might be the thief behind your pain. Up next, a fruit you've likely had for breakfast that could be quietly eroding your joints and burning your throat. Let's talk about oranges, the acidic offenders. Fruit number 5. Oranges, the acidic offenders. They look innocent, bright, full of vitamin C. But for seniors, oranges may be doing more harm than good. You've probably been told your whole life that oranges are healthy. But Barbara O'Neill says otherwise, and the science agrees. Here's why. Oranges are loaded with citric acid, and while that sounds natural, it's highly erosive. It doesn't just strip your teeth. It irritates the joints, especially if you're already dealing with inflammation or arthritis. Have you noticed? Hip stiffness in the morning. Tooth sensitivity when you eat cold foods. Bursitis flaring up after breakfast. The acid from oranges may be a trigger. It gets worse with orange juice, which has no fiber to slow sugar absorption, and more sugar than a can of soda. Yes, you read that right. 1 glass of orange juice can cause a massive blood sugar spike, leading to inflammation, joint pain, and a drop in energy. Oranges also release histamine in the body, a chemical that increases swelling and can worsen joint inflammation. And here's a rarely mentioned danger. Citrus boosts iron absorption, but too much iron, especially in older adults, can lead to hemochromatosis, a condition that stores iron in the joints, liver, and heart. Margaret, a 72-year-old grandmother, shared how her morning orange juice was giving her burning hips and night heartburn. When she swapped it out, her flexibility improved, and her sleep returned. So the next time you peel that orange or pour a glass of juice, remember, that acidic sting may be fueling the very pain you're trying to escape. Still think all fruit is harmless? Next, we reveal a fruit that seems crisp and clean, but may be leaching minerals from your bones and tightening your muscles overnight. Let's talk about green apples, the cramp causes. Fruit number 6, green apples, the cramp causes. They're crisp, they're tart. They feel light, refreshing, and clean. But under that sharp bite, green apples hide something your joints won't like. It's called malic acid, and green apples are packed with it. This acid can irritate your digestive tract, trigger muscle cramps, and, over time, leach calcium from your bones. Yes, the very bones you depend on to walk, stand, move, could be weakening silently, 1 apple at a time. And it doesn't stop there. Many seniors eat green apples with the skin on, thinking it's healthier. But for aging digestion, that tough, acidic combo is like sandpaper. Hard to break down, harsh on the stomach, and capable of triggering sudden Charlie horses, jaw tension, or midnight leg spasms. Walter, a 70-year-old viewer, used to eat a Granny Smith apple every evening. He thought it was helping his digestion. Instead, he found himself waking up with stiff calves, clenched jaws, and a strange metallic taste in his mouth. Barbara O'Neill points out that malic acid, in excess, can worsen osteoporosis symptoms and erode tooth enamel. 2 major risks most seniors already face. Here's the kicker. 1 green apple delivers the acidic punch of a shot of vinegar. That's how intense its internal effect can be. And when you eat it on an empty stomach, the acid hits your gut and bloodstream with full force, leaving your muscles shaky, your stomach uneasy, and your legs more prone to spasms. So if your muscles twitch without warning, If your legs cramp during the night, and you're eating green apples regularly, it may be time to rethink what healthy really means. And finally, we arrive at one of the sweetest, most beloved fruits, but also one of the most dangerous for joint pain and nerve issues. Fruit number 7, mango, the sugar tsunami. It's sweet, smooth, and feels like a tropical dream. But inside that golden flesh, mango carries a dangerous load, especially for aging bodies. Mango isn't just high in sugar. It's one of the highest sugar fruits seniors can eat. One ripe mango can contain over 45 grams of sugar. More than a glazed donut. More than a bowl of sweetened cereal. And when you blend it into a smoothie or juice it, you're removing fiber and flooding your bloodstream with sugar in seconds. This triggers a full-body response. Fructose overload, which fuels inflammation. Sorbitol, a sugar alcohol that irritates the gut and nerves. And a slow-digesting sugar spike that takes 12+ hours to fully process. What do you feel? Puffy fingers, burning feet, grogginess, and frequent trips to the bathroom, especially at night. Barbara O'Neill warns that mango, while delicious, is not senior-friendly. The sugar spike alone can damage nerves, increase foot pain, and lead to neuropathy-like symptoms, especially in people already dealing with blood sugar sensitivity. And here's what almost no one knows. The skin of the mango contains urushiol, a compound similar to what's found in poison ivy. It doesn't affect everyone, but for sensitive individuals, it can trigger rashes, burning sensations, and even joint flare-ups. Grace, a 66-year-old teacher, used to enjoy mango smoothies every weekend. But her foot pain became unbearable, and her energy plummeted. Only after eliminating mango did her symptoms ease. So if your hands burn, your legs swell, or your balance feels off after something sweet, mango might be the real reason. Now that we've revealed the 7 worst offenders, it's time for some good news. You don't have to give up fruit. You just need to choose better, safer alternatives. Let's move to the next section. Healthier fruit alternatives for seniors. Take a deep breath. This isn't the end of fruit. It's the beginning of smarter choices. Choices that soothe your joints, reduce inflammation, and help you walk free again. Because the right fruits don't just avoid damage. They can actually repair it. Let's explore 5 powerful alternatives. Fruits that are gentle on aging bodies and full of healing potential. 1. Blueberries, the inflammation fighters. Tiny but mighty, blueberries are packed with antioxidants that neutralize inflammation at the root. They're low in sugar, rich in fiber, and kind to your joints. Martha, age 74, switched from grapes to blueberries in her morning oatmeal. Their stiff fingers, gone in a week. Frozen or fresh, blueberries work wonders. 2. Tart cherries, the joint soothers. Unlike sweet cherries, tart cherries help lower uric acid, reduce gout flare-ups, and even improve sleep. George, a retired bus driver, used to limp from knee pain. Now, he eats a handful of tart cherries after dinner and walks with ease. 3. Avocado, the leg strengthener. Yes, it's technically a fruit, and it's one of the best. Avocados are full of healthy fats that cushion your joints, and more potassium than bananas, without the bloat. Sarah, 68, said her swollen ankles shrank within days of replacing banana snacks with avocado toast. Bonus? Glowing skin, steady energy. 4. Papaya, the digestive calmer. Papaya contains papain, a natural enzyme that aids digestion and reduces inflammation. Carlos, who suffered from cramps and acid reflux, found relief by eating papaya with a squeeze of lime and chia seeds. The result? No more nighttime leg pain. 5. Pear, the gentle sweetness. Soft, easy to chew, and high in soluble fiber. Pears are perfect for seniors. Margaret, who struggled with arthritis pain, now enjoys baked pears as a dessert. They comfort her joints and help her sleep. These aren't just replacements. They're natural medicine. Your fruit bowl can either hurt or heal. Next up, let's close this video with a powerful message that puts all the pieces together. So now you know the truth. Not all fruits are your friend. Not when you're over 60. Not when your joints ache, your legs swell, and your strength just isn't what it used to be. It's not your fault. You were told fruit is always healthy. But as you've seen today, some of the most popular fruits, pineapple, bananas, grapes, watermelon, oranges, green apples, and mango, can quietly fuel the very pain that's slowing you down. They spark inflammation. They trap fluid. They spike your blood sugar. And they leave your legs heavy, sore, and stiff. But here's the good news. You can change all of that, starting today. Swap the fruit that hurts for the fruit that heals. Trade pain for strength. Swap stiffness for lightness. Choose blueberries instead of grapes, avocado instead of banana, and tart cherries instead of mango. These are small choices, but they lead to big results. Imagine waking up without ankle pain, walking without knee stiffness, standing tall without fear of falling. Barbara O'Neill has taught this simple truth for years. Your food either fights for you or against you. And now, you have the knowledge to choose wisely. So here's your challenge. This week, pick just one fruit to swap. Observe how your body responds. Less swelling, better sleep, more energy. Let your legs tell you the truth. And before you go, leave a comment below with the country you're watching from and what leg health issue you're facing. We read every single one. And remember, we're giving away 100 free copies of Barbara O'Neill's book to subscribers who comment why they want to win. Don't miss your chance. Share this video with someone you care about, because chances are they're still eating these fruits and wondering why their body keeps getting worse. You now hold the answer. Stay informed, stay strong, and take back control, one bite at a time.